white man's face except yours. 9 months without the sound of a woman's voice. 9 months of just that dead gray world out there, with the northern lights hissing at us every night like snakes, and the black rocks staring at us as they've stared for 1,000,000 centuries. There may be glory in it, but that's all. We're heroes, all right, but there's no one knows it but ourselves and the 649 other men of the Royal Mounted. My God, what I'd give for the sight of a girl's face, for just a moment's touch of her hand. It would drive out this fever, for it's the fever of loneliness, Mac, a sort of madness, and it's splitting my head." "Tush, tush," said McVeigh, taking his mate's hand. "Wake up, Pelly. Think of what's coming. Only a few months more of it, and we'll be changed. And then, think of what a heaven you'll be entering. You'll be able to enjoy it more than the other fellows, for they've never had this. And I'm going to bring you back a letter from the little girl." Pelletier' face brightened. "God bless her," he exclaimed. "There'll be letters from her, a dozen of them. She's waited a long time for me, and she's true to the bottom of her dear heart. You've got my letter safe?" "Yes." McVeigh went back to the rough little table and added still further to his report to the Commissioner of the Royal Mounted in the following words: "Pelletier is sick with a strange trouble in his head. At times I have been afraid he was going mad, and if he lives I advise his transfer south at an early date. I am leaving for Churchill 2 weeks ahead of the usual time in order to get medicines. I also wish to add a word to what I said about wolves in my last report. We have seen them repeatedly in packs of from 50 to 1,000. Late this autumn, a pack attacked a large herd of traveling caribou 15 miles from the bay, and we counted the remains of 160 animals killed over a distance of less than 3 miles. It is my opinion that the wolves kill at least 5,000 caribou in this patrol each year. I have the honor to be, sir, your obedient servant, William McVeigh, Sergeant, in charge of detachment." He folded the report, placed it with other treasures in the waterproof rubber bag, which always went into his pack, and returned to Pelletier's side. "I hate to leave you alone, Pelly," he said, "but I'll make a fast trip of it, 450 miles over the ice, and I'll do it in 10 days or bust. Then 10 days back, maybe 2 weeks, and you'll have the medicines and the letters. Hurrah!" "Hurrah!" cried Pelletier. He turned his face a little to the wall. Something rose up in McVeigh's throat and choked him as he gripped Pelletier's hand. "My God, Bill, is that the sun?" suddenly cried Pelletier. McVeigh wheeled toward the one window of the cabin. The sick man tumbled from his bunk. Together they stood for a moment at the window, staring far into the south and east, where a faint red rim of gold shot up through the leaden sky. "It's the sun," said McVeigh, like one speaking a prayer. "The first in 4 months," breathed Pelletier. Like starving men, the two gazed through the window. The golden light lingered for a few moments, then died away. Pelletier went back to his bunk. Half an hour later, 4 dogs, a sledge, and a man were moving swiftly through the dead and silent gloom of Arctic day. Sergeant McVeigh was on his way to Fort Churchill, more than 400 miles away. This is the loneliest journey in the world, the trip down from the solitary little wind-beaten cabin at Point Fullerton to Fort Churchill. That cabin has but one rival in the whole of